All right, y'all. So, boom. This is the reason why it's important to have a relationship with God because um, He will absolutely answer your prayers. If you, I just explained to y'all what happened. Okay, so boom. I was praying on behalf of certain individuals. Um, like God revealed to me, that certain judgments were going to fall upon certain individuals, and I was just like, well, God, can you spare them? It's in your nature to be merciful. That's who you are, right? So, um, and then even when it comes down to when you read Revelation and you do understand that not everybody is gonna make it, I'm just like, dang, God, I don't want nobody to go to hell. I don't want nobody to be thrown into, the lake of fire. Like I just can't. You can't save all of us. Like, well, you literally can save all of us, but it's just like I was just kind of like, I used to be an atheist, and a really obnoxious one at that. Like, not only did I clown people for believing in you, like I used to like talk crazy about the idea of a God. Like, I was disrespectful with it. So I'm just kind of like, why you save me or why you see fit to save me, but then I'm praying for you on behalf of certain other individuals, and you just like, I said no. Move on. It's not funny. It's really not funny because like certain people just not gonna make it. It's like, and it's so unfortunate, but nonetheless, I'm asking him like, all right, so God, why you save me? Why did you allow me to have a supernatural encounter with your presence to where my knee bent, and I could no longer live life oblivious being an atheist or whatever the case may be. Like, you stepped off your throne and you encountered me. So like, how come you can't do that for everybody else? Because like, one thing I do know, I am thoroughly convinced, is that you cannot have an interaction or an encounter with Jesus and remain the same. So I'm just like, well, how come you don't just encounter people like how you did me? Because it was no denying you after that. And then you remember yesterday I had brought y'all the verse out of Romans 10. What was it? 9 and 10, I believe it was. So nonetheless, I had my pen in the Bible on that page, but I was just getting ready to wind down for the evening or whatever the case may be. So I like to read my word, make sure that that's what's the last thing that's in my brain before I go to bed. And I opened the Bible because it's a good pen at that. I like writing with the pilot pens. If you know, you know. But so I go to take the pen out and start journaling. Writing whatever it is that he's giving me, and then I saw a phrase on one of the pages that like jumped out at me, and it was something that he had been reiterating to me throughout the entire day. So I go and I read the verse, and I'm like, this don't make no sense. So I go back and I read the chapter in context. Hint, hint, message. Read stuff in context, nonetheless. Yeah. So I go back and I read the chapter, and it's in Romans 9, and I flipped the page, because I'm trying to understand like what this means, because you've been saying a particular phrase to me all day, but I flipped the page to try to understand it in context. And well, I'm not gonna read the whole chapter to y'all. I'm gonna just read to y'all what he led me to answer my question, right? Because mind you, I'm asking him like, well, why you softened my heart? Like, why you gave me a heart of flesh and you allow other people to be hard? And then he brought me to Romans chapter 9 verses 15 through 18, which read, for he says to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I have compassion. It does not, therefore, depend on human desire or effort, but on God's mercy. For scripture says to Pharaoh, I raised you up for this very purpose, that I might display my power in you, and that my name might be proclaimed in all the earth. Therefore, God has mercy on whom he wants to have mercy. and he hardens whom he wants to harden. So basically, he said, because I'm God. And I could do that, which is crazy. But I don't know, man. God is so cool. And I just wish that y'all tap into having a relationship with him. Like, he has so much personality, y'all. He is so funny. He is so cool. He is so real. Like, he is just everything it is that every human that has ever disappointed you, what it is that you wanted and expected out of them, is what he is the best way that I could put it. I feel like it's not as long as all my other messages, but I just feel like at this point it's turning into a rant and I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. But I love y'all, and never forget that you are God's light personified, and the way that you interact with him determines how others get to experience him through you earth side. So make dope memories in honor of your father. Love y'all. Good night.